Today for my review I have here the 3-in-1 soldering station Yiuha 853D. But are these 3-in-1 soldering stations any good? Join me and let's find out. Hey there, I'm Hugo Ferreira from TechCornerTV, and today for my review I have here the soldering station Yiuha 853D. It's a 3-in-1 soldering station that I own for about 3 years, and it's 3-in-1 because it gives you an adjustable power supply, 30 volts 5 amps, also a Hothair gun for reworking, and finally a soldering iron that can go about 4800 Celsius degrees. So without further delay, I have the soldering station already connected to the test equipment, and I will start now the tests. Okay, I will start by showing you the back of the soldering station and power supply. It has here the ventilation, a quite respectable fan, the power button. It has also a fuse and a power connector. It says here WEP, but in reality it's manufactured by Yiuha. As you can see, it has, let me check. It has here the manufacturer and warranty seal from Yiuha. I don't know if this can focus or not, but anyway, it's from Yiuha. It has the soldering station, the Hothair reworking station. Let me just connect here the power. Okay, better. And it comes with an iron. It's the 907. Let me put here, and it connects here. So, okay, so let me explain. When it is powered off but connected in the back, it will display this indicator always blinking. In here we have the rework station power, the solder station power for the soldering iron. In here we have the temperature adjust for the rework station, the temperature adjust for soldering iron. In here we have the air flow adjustment knob. We can use Celsius or Fahrenheit temperature scale. Sorry, the temperature scale can be Celsius or Fahrenheit and can be turned powered or turn on or off here. In here we have the DC power switch to turn it, to power it up. We can adjust the current to amps or milliamps in this switch, old school switch. We have here two knobs, one for fine adjust of the current and one for coarse adjustment of the current. In here we have the fine adjustment of the voltage and the coarse adjustment of the voltage. We have another switch here, old school switch. To the left we will use these two sockets for voltage output, and if we turn this to the right, it will act as a voltage meter, and we will use these two to analyze the voltage. And that's it. It's quite simple. Let me just power the rework station. I will set the temperature now. It's in Fahrenheit. Now it's in Celsius. While this is on the handle, on the holder, it will not start. As soon as we take this off the holder, it will start. Due to the sound filters that I have here, you will not hear the sound that the fan does. But as you can see, this goes to 480 degrees Celsius very fast. This little point here indicates that it is heating. When it arrives to the desired, it normally turns it stops. But since the temperature is very high, right now we don't have any dot there until it needs to heat up again. Okay. In here we adjust, we adjust the flow of air. Right now it's at the maximum in the middle. I will put this down, turn the airflow to the maximum, and you can see the temperature is going down very fast. I will turn this off, and the display will show you the temperature until it reaches 100 degrees. After that, it will disconnect automatically. So right now I will show you the soldering iron. I will increase the temperature to 408 degrees. You see here the dot also. It's heating up. Let me just take me so it still has hot air. As you can see, the iron it's up quite fast. Well, maybe it's not the fastest iron to reach the maximum temperature, but it will do the work. This is not for professional usage, and for me it's more than enough. Let me just show you. Yeah, it's already, as you can see, it melts quite well, the solder. Okay, it reached the maximum. It's always blinking because it's at the maximum temperature. Let me just show you. Okay, right now it's lowering the temperature. With this, I can turn it off and it will be immediately off. But we have to be careful because the end it's hot. As you can see, after 100 degrees, he will turn the rework station off. Now we can take this out of the holder, but nothing will happen because it's the switch, it's in the off position. Okay, I will just disconnect the soldering iron to arrange more space for us, and let me just take it out of the way. Okay, right now we will test the power station. I have here the connectors. Okay, and for the power station, as I told you, this is for amps, milliamps. Right now it's on amps, the selector. And let's turn this on, power it up. Let me just adjust a bit the camera. Okay, so move this to voltage. I have here the unity UT61E, one of the best price quality ratio multimeters. It's with 2.9 volts, and also the Siglant, that's the bench multimeter, is showing 2.8 volts. Well, the curious part is that I don't even started the system. To start working, we have always to give some amperage. After that, we can start working with the volts. Okay, it's in current. I should. Sorry. Okay, so it's on. We give here some amperage. Maximum 5 amps. But something is fishy here. Let me just reconnect this. Okay, I figured it out. I have some cables wrongly connected, already fixed. So right now you can see that we are generating 31 volts. The amperage, it's at the maximum. If I reduce the amperage, it will disconnect automatically. We have to give some amperage so it can work. And we have the coarse adjustment and the fine adjustment. Okay, let me just put this in 30 volts. Okay, as you can see, the difference is negligible. It's quite short, but if I bring this to a very low voltage, something like 1 volt and a half, the difference will be quite noticeable. It will have well, almost 800 milliamps, I believe, something like that. And if we take it below 1, as you can see, right now it's 113. 30, yeah. In low voltage, it has really quite difference, as you can see. I have here 2 multimeters, so I can check this out. Also, the oscilloscope, as you can see on the oscilloscope, when we reach, just try to bring this down. As we increase the power, the flat line changes. Yeah, okay. So let me show another feature of this device. It's quite, well, just one more thing. I will change this to amperage. And when I change here to, let me just see. When I change this to amps, what is going on? Okay, so I changed the multimeter to amps, and right now when I adjust the amperage, As you can see, it's not a very well precise. But anyway, the power supply is not the strong point of this device. No, let's just make another change. One last feature that this device has, it's the voltage meter. You can use it. It's not a multimeter, obviously, but you can use it to measure voltage up to 30 volts. As you can see, it will give you, and this gives a precise indication of the voltage. This battery, it's really 9 volts output. We can see it here with the multimeter. Sorry, this is in amps. Have to take this to voltage. And yeah, it's 8.8 volts. Yeah, pretty near. So yeah, we have another feature. It says 3-in-1, but with this 8.1, now it's a little closer. Maybe it's the charge a little. Yeah, well, let me just pour it down. Yeah, it's a nice and interesting piece of hardware. You will have here three functions: reworking station with Hothair again, the soldering station with soldering iron. You will also have a power supply. Maybe it's not the most reliable power supply that you can have, but it will do when you are starting in electronics. And also, well, it has this voltage meter. Well, the usefulness of this is questionable, but it's another function. The price of this equipment, it's around 100 euros to 120 euros. That is more or less something around $150 to $120 in that range. It depends of the model. This model has two power supplies inside of it, two big power supplies. I didn't open now, but you can see some videos on the internet. If you are considering buying this, don't buy the versions, because all the models say 853D, but they are different. And always buy the version that has the digital amperage indicator. And also don't buy the blue ones, because those only have one power supply, and this unit has one power supply for one transformer for the power supply and one power transformer for the soldering part, the Hothair and the soldering iron. So it's much more robust. And also the blue ones, I believe it only supports until 2 amps, and this supports 30 volts, 5 amps. So that's the reason, because you have only one transformer for both of the functions, for the three functions, and this one has two power transformers for that. Is it any good? Yeah, it is. I have a lot of good equipment right now. I bought a Rigel DP832 power supply. I have several other equipment that I bought because I feel the need that to have something better, as I learn more stuff and want to do better stuff in electronics. But on the soldering station, not the power supply, on the soldering station part, I never felt the need to change, to be honest. So okay, the temperature, I cannot assure that it will be exactly what is on the display. I have to trust that one, but it does everything I need. The Hothair functions very well. The soldering iron also functions very well. It is able to keep the temperature for several long periods. I already done that with projects that I'm assembling that takes some hours to assemble, and the iron is always in place and powered up because of the, well, I go grab a component, I put on the board, and it takes time, and I will not start connecting and disconnecting the iron. So for several long periods, really. And it is a quite affordable, and uh, it's affordable for, especially if you are a beginner that want a piece of equipment that will solve several problems that you have. Yeah, if you are starting, this will be a nice equipment to have. Of course, if you want to invest a little more and have a soldering, a power supply alone, and a soldering station, and rework also, yeah, it will be nice also. So I hope this review was useful to you. If you like it, please give a thumbs up. If you like the contents of the channel, consider subscribing and hit that bell if you subscribe to be notified every time we have new videos. That's all for today. Thank you for watching until the end. I really appreciate it. And stay safe. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.